I'm Generation 3DX, a Daz Studio artist and AI animator. In this short video, I'm going to show a remedy for a problem that I faced, and probably something that you've all faced, is when you're doing full body AI text to image generations, you get messed up eyes and sometimes a messed up mouth as well. And the reason for that is because in a full body image, you have got really only a very small number of pixels available for the checkpoint to actually try to kind of generate very, very detailed geometry and shaping of eyelids, eyeliners, pupils, irises, all that stuff. It's just too much. It's just too much. So it often comes out like a mess. Now, in my previous video on creating character Lauras, I tried to get around this by increasing the step size, the number of steps in the K sampler, and also to increase the resolution. And I certainly was able to get some results there. But then a couple of you helpfully pointed out in the comments on that video, says use a detailer. I says, well, I don't know about detailers. I'm still quite new to this. Anyway, so this is about detailers, this video, and they are, and how they completely at a stroke fix the entire problem. They are an absolute panacea. They're an absolute universal solution to horrible eyes. So let's just get straight into it. Let's go to ComfyUI, and I'm sorry if you're using automatic 1111. I don't use that, but you can also use detailers there. So this is a general guide to how to basically get detailers to fix your eyes in full body shots. Okay, so here we have a ComfyUI workflow here. It looks terribly complicated. All right, so let's talk about the actual parts of the workflow which you're probably familiar with. Here we've got our checkpoint here using Cyber Realistic Pony 12.5. There is a new update to that 12.7, just haven't gotten around to playing with it just yet. We've got our Laura loader here, which is going to have our character Laura. Sansa is going to be starring on this particular episode, or this part of the episode. We've got our prompt here. It's going to basically be a landscape generation that we're going for here. So this is Sansa's features here: dark brown hair, long hair, straight hair, bangs, layered hair, dark brown eyes. She's wearing a red sequined evening dress. She's got stiletto heels on, got some jewelry. It's in a nightclub. It's describing the scene there of reclining on a sofa. Okay, and some lighting effects and some camera discussion here. Okay, negative prompt. Don't go too much into that, but basically it's the usual kind of stuff of not having nasty stuff in the prompt. We've got our latent image size here, 1360 pixels by 800. So trying to kind of warp the basic SDXL 1024 by 1024, just stretching it on the horizontal and reducing it on the height to keep the basic same number of pixels about the same. Our K sampler here, we've got 40 steps, CFG of 6, and we're going to use this combo here, which I think gives very nice effects, get nice gradient, subtle effects on the skin and so forth. Right, okay, so let's not talk about these ones just yet, because actually we want to bypass those for the moment, because we don't actually want the detailer to do anything right now. So we've got our decode here, VA decode is going to create the actual image. So this is for our final workflow. This is going to be what it's going to look like without the detailer, and this will be with the detailer, but we're just bypassing the detailer for now. So let's just create this set of 4 images of Sansa and see what they come out like. This is without the detailer. Okay, so here we have, let's have a look at, see how Sansa's come out. Again, this is a duplicate of this because these are currently being bypassed. We just zoom in on this image here. We can immediately see the problem that her eyes look a mess. That one's all misshapen there, and it's just really struggling to bring out the detail in the eyes there. And we can probably find that 4 out of 4 of these, there's going to be some problem. That's actually not too bad, but again, the face doesn't really look real. That's not really quite her character anyway, so it's really struggling with the face because it's got all this going on here, and it all looks very nice. I mean, the skin looks great, There's going to be some puncturing of that sofa. There's going to be a bill that she's going to receive at the end of the evening for putting a hole in that sofa with her stilettos, but that's another problem for her, not for us. The third one I can't show because it's not suitable for work, because it's lifted a dress up. And the last one, again, we can see here the eyes are they're just horrible. They're just horrible. Okay, so we can see that we're facing this problem that we've all had in these full body shots. Now, what do we do about it? Well, so earlier I proposed that you just increase the size of the image, increase the size of the image, through the you could firstly increase the size of the image. We could maybe increase that to really kind of at the max there of 1536, and maybe do 1024 there, but it's going to potentially cause other issues with lengthening the body, I find, if this gets too big, and obviously it takes a lot longer as well. You could increase the steps to 70, maybe try that to improve that. Again, adds time to that. So we're not going to do either of those. Instead, we're going to I'm just going to put in a thing there to actually not have any not suitable for work stuff coming through, okay? Because otherwise I've got to blur the video out, and it certainly wasn't the intention to display any of that naughtiness. So now, obviously, if you've seen my work online, then you know there is plenty of that, but this is YouTube and we have to keep it family friendly. So anyway, so what do we do? How do we fix this? What we can do is we can use a detailer. What is a detailer? So a detailer is basically going to take a detector node. In this case, we've got a face detector. So what it does, it goes and looks at the image, the first image that comes through the pipe, and it says, where is the face? So it uses some AI to basically determine where the face is. And you can see there are other ones here. There's a hand one, person one, I guess, if you want to detect a person. But in this case, we're going to just use the face one, okay? And there are different you can download these. You can just look for just search for for this particular thing here. You've got face underscore YOLOV 8M PT, or there's also YOLOV 9C. Okay, you can try either one of those. You might get better results with one or the other. Okay, so we've got 8M. YOLOV 8M PT there, or there's YOLOV 9C PT there. Okay, they're just algorithms that basically look for a face on an image. Okay, so you detect the face. There's also this node here, which is, my understanding is that it assists in the detection process. So we put that in. These are basically all in the ComfyUI pack, ComfyUI Impact Pack, Impact Pack, and ComfyUI Impact Subpack. Okay, I'm going to provide a link to this workflow in the description, so you can just go straight to that and download it and pop it into ComfyUI. It's going to be the quickest way to do it, or you can build this yourself. It's entirely up to you. Okay. Anyway, so we've got these two, which are about doing the detection, and then we have this node here, which is the actual detailer itself. So we can see here this detailer is receiving the decoded image from the VA decode. It's receiving the model, the clip, the prompts, the VAE, positive and negative prompts, and it's receiving this detector. Okay, right. So there's a bit going on there. So you can see this B-box detector here connects to the detector, and there's the SAM loader here. Okay. There's a lot of many different parameters here. I'm not going to get into all of them. Most of them I just leave at the default setting. A lot of them determine how to do the box detection, how to modify that, and how much feathering to place on. Because what it does, it basically runs the detailer runs it takes that portion of the image from the face detector, and then basically runs a full size image of that, and then paints it into your final image, and then it feathers the outside of it so that you get a smooth outside. It's very clever how it does it. Yeah, so you've got a box that detects the face, does a full detailed image of the face. 50. So this is a full. It runs basically a full K sampler on it. In this case, we just use 15 steps, and I think it does it at a full 1024 resolution, and then it downscales it and inserts it into your image. In that way, it can have all the attention it needs and all the pixels available at its disposal to create beautiful eyes and a mouth and to get that face coming out really, really nice. Okay, so I won't go into all the others here. Just most you can just leave those at the default settings. So with that node in, and then say the image is then, well, I've currently got this image going into another hand detailer, but I'm going to talk about that in a minute. And eventually it's going to come out through this preview image here. So we're going to be able to compare directly. We're going to be able to compare directly the pre-detailer images with the post-detailer images. So let's kick this. Let's kick this into operation. Alright, okay, we've got some more not suitable for work stuff there. That's going to require a blur, but never mind. Alright, so let's look at this one first. So this shows the pre. It's actually not done a bad job of it there. We can see we've got problems with that eye there, and we've got problems with this eye here. Okay, so that's before the detailer's done its work. Now let's see what the detailer's done after. Okay, let's just get that synced together so we can see there's the before and there's the after. And look at this. Those eyes look great. Those eyes have come out perfectly. Okay, that was one of one. Let's have a look at the second one. Perfect eyes and mouth as well. Because basically it's made a box around her face. It's redone that image and it's painted it over. Perfect eyes. Okay. Skipping 3 because it's naughty. Let's go straight to 4. Perfect eyes. I mean, they even got the light catching the iris there with the cornea, so you can even see it's lit her iris there more as the refraction comes through the cornea onto that. That's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. That's a result, isn't it? I mean, I could end the video here and say off you go, use detailers, because there isn't really anything more to say. But let's say, oh, you just got lucky. You just got lucky there. Let's just do another one. We'll do another generation. Okay, so let's have a look at these pre ones first. Yeah, messed up eyes there. Messed up eyes there. Oh my giddy aunt! Look at this. Just look. That's like a horror show, isn't it? We've all, and look at her mouth as well. Her mouth is all puckered and broken. It looks like she's cross with you or something. Absolute catastrophe. Okay, and last one. So almost 4 out of 4 we've got problems. 4 out of 4 we've got problems. That's not too bad, but again, it's distorting her face. Okay, so 4 out of 4 problems. 4 out of 4, are we going to get success? Yes, absolutely beautiful. Perfect. That is her face. Her character has come through perfectly there. That is absolutely Sansa to an absolute button. Nailed it. Okay, next. Yep. It's not quite her face there, so the character aura has not quite asserted itself, but the eyes have been rendered perfectly. Okay, and remember again, this is a standard. It's SDXL resolution effectively. Okay, so we've not increased the size of the image beyond what SDXL is. You can do so if you want, if you've got the power to do it, and you're not risking other artifacts like lengthening torsos and stuff. But yeah, we're still working with 1024 by 1024. That's it. That's perfect. That is absolutely her character, perfectly rendered. The eyes have come out perfectly. Absolutely no problem whatsoever. It's like it's basically done a full portrait of her. When you do portrait pictures, you don't ever have this problem. You don't need detailers on portrait or headshots. But it's basically done a headshot and it stuck that headshot onto her body, basically. Right. So, and last 4 out of 4, absolutely nailed it. That is perfectly her character. The eyes have come out absolutely wickedly. Beautiful, beautiful. Right, let's go and have a look at Kayla. I've got one, I think, of Kayla here. This is, yes, it is Kayla. And this is going to be an outdoor shot. If we look at the prompt here, so we've got her walking through a park, pink t-shirts, jeans, sneakers, full body shot. Sneakers is basically going to mean that we're going to see her feet, so it will display her full body, and just some other stuff about photography and so forth. And then we've got her Laura activation phrase there, Gen 3DX Kayla. So let's kick this one off and just see that we weren't just getting lucky with Sansa, that we're going to be able to consistently 100% of the time get perfect eyes and a perfect face. And in this case, we shouldn't get any not suitable for work stuff coming through, because she's just walking in a park. She's not like reclining on a sofa where potentially a dress can ride up. Stop thinking about that stuff seriously. In preparation for the pre's coming through, let's have a look. I think, oh my god, she looks like an alien. Horrible, horrible. That's not her at all. She looks like a baby. She looks like, it's so gross. It's going with a t-shirt as well. Horrible. That's not Kayla at all, is it? I don't even know where to begin with this. Just go home, seriously. Awful. Right, so that is basically what you were up against on trying to do these full body shots without the detailer. Okay? Now, what did the detailer do? Let's have a look. Alright, here's the first one. It's a bit more difficult. I've got to scroll around like crazy here because it's a long picture. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's a bit disappointing actually, that one. So actually, I'd probably reject that one, or I would reject it. That one, that's perfect. That's got her character very nicely there. And you see, we're dealing with a really small number of pixels here, but it's somehow, because it's obviously squeezing it down back into the image and painting it in after. But I mean, here you're probably looking at about, I don't know, 150, 200 pixels across, probably less, about 100, maybe 100, 150 pixels. Got very little to work on, but somehow it's able to get that result. Yeah, again, we're dealing with a really small part of the image here, right? So this is, if we scroll out here, this is 800 pixels across. So that's about 100 pixels from one side of a face to another. Very little to go on, and yet it's able to get a cogent result. Is that right? The word coherent result. Okay, let's have a look at this last one here. Yeah, that's perfect. That's got her face very nicely there. So about 3 out of 4 on that one in terms of three images out of 4. That first one, there was a problem with it. Let's just do one more. All right, so again we're looking at the pre-images here. Yeah, that's weird as hell. No, oh my god, get me out of here, please. No. So that's 4 out of 4 complete and utter disasters without the detailer. And you see, as an artist, if you didn't know about this, you'd just give up at this point. Say, well, I can't do full body shots. I just can't do them. So now, with the detailer, let's have a look. Yeah, that's her, isn't it? That's perfect. Very nice. Very nice. Again, yeah, that's definitely got her face. We're really struggling with the number of pixels here. Considering all that, it's got her character just nice. Perfect. Very nice. That's definitely her. The eyes have come through lovely. And 4 out of 4. Perfect. So even you see some light effects here where there's a shadow at the top of her iris, and it's lighting up the bottom of her iris because it's imagining that the light is coming down from above her face. So it's going to light up through the cornea, refract that light onto the bottom of her iris there. So 4 out of 4, absolute result. Bingo, we're done. Think what else is there to say? Hands. Let's talk about hands, because we all know hands can be a problem. Okay, so we've taken care of the situation with eyes now, and eyes only come up when you got full body shots. Let's talk about hands. Now, I don't have I've got the hand detailer currently on a bypass here. But let's see if there are any issues with the hands. These kind of look okay. Might be something going on there potentially. Yeah, there's some problems there. There's some problems with the hands there, and there's an issue there. Okay, so we can see that there is some area that we would want to address. Okay, so what I have done in this workflow, I have chained the hand detailer to come after the face detailer. I think the face detailer is much more important. So what we've got here, if we just break down this, it's going to be hard to try to show all the different spaghetti that's going on here. But we can see that image there, that's probably an easy way to see it. So the image is being passed from the decoder through the face detailer and then into the hand detailer. Okay, and then the final image is what comes out of the hand detailer. The hand detailer is using the same SAM loader, but it's using a different detector, and it's just the hand detector. Okay. I don't think we need that number of steps. I mean, also we've got the wrong sampler there, so let's set that correctly, because you want to match the samplers and the schedulers on all of them. Otherwise, you're going to potentially get differences in the result, in the look of the image. So let's run this again. It's obviously going to be a different seed, so it'll be 4 different images this time. But let's run it through the hand detailer and see if the hand detailer gives us a better result, or more consistent result on hands. I mean, probably would have an image where you'd actually want to have her hands across her chest. In fact, you know what? I'm actually going to do that. Let's just modify this prompt to just remove her tote bag, and we'll have her. I'm actually just going to change this. I'm going to just do things I should not normally do in the middle of a YouTube thing, as that's to completely change the whole picture. So we're going to have everything the same, except we'll have her sitting on a park bench and have her hands on knees. Let's just see that, because we want the hands to come out and we want the hands to be prominent. Okay, and so change that to a square image, sitting on a park bench, hands on knees. Okay, let's see what's going to happen there. Alright, let's have a look at the pre-images. So taking particular attention on the hands. Yeah, there's some problem with the thumbs disappearing in her jeans there. We don't bother with the face. And she's not even sitting on the bench. We won't even talk about that. The hands look fine on that one. Definitely some issues going on there. She's got 3 fingers in one hand, and in fact all the fingertips are messed up. There's some fingernail issues there. Bit of a mess, really. So that's actually really only, in terms of the hands, there was just only 1 out of 4. 1 out of 4 got that right. What did the full detailer do? Let's have a look here. I know you're all waiting with bated breath to see how these hands have come out. Anyway, firstly, we can see her face looks perfect there, although she's defying gravity. Let's have a look at those hands. Not bad actually, not bad at all. Those hands, I don't see any issues with those hands, do you? I think it's got them right. Well, this one we knew was alright anyway. Face is perfect. Bench is very, very low. It's like for kiddies, isn't it? And we've still got some issues there, I'll be honest with you. But I think it can only go, and obviously it's only 3 fingers. So you've got to remember that this is effectively a kind of a refiner, because if you look at the denoise, we've only got the denoise at 0.5. So what that's doing is basically it's already starting with half of what it's been given by the original sampler. And so if the original sampler says she got 3 fingers, bro, on one hand, there's not really much the hand detailer can do. Now you could maybe argue, well, why couldn't we just maybe increase that to 1? But then we'll try that in a minute, just see if that actually causes other issues. But it can only go with what it's given. Okay, and let's have a look at this 4th one here, and you see still some issues with the nails there. Still some issues with the nails. So that was 1 and 2 out of 4. So actually that was not the best result. So I'm gonna, as I suggested, I'm gonna increase this to I think if I did it to 1, let's just actually do it to 1 and see what happens. Okay, so here come the before detailer. So there's some issues there. That one's okay. Those are fine. It looks a bit weird there. Thumb looks broken there, and that finger there is pretty bad. That thumb looks very sharp, but otherwise that's not that bad. Alright, so what did the hand detailer what did that do with a denoise of 1? So this is what happens when you do a denoise of 1. It creates an entire image. Yeah, obviously that doesn't work. So we need to put the denoise back to 0.5. Right. I actually didn't want to get too much into hands here. Maybe that could be the subject of another video. If you actually have any tips on how to improve the success rate with hands using a hand detailer, just let me know in the comments. Right, anyway, that's all I'm going to do. I know I'm conscious of that my videos often run too long. I want to just keep this one short as much as I can. In summary, it's about basically getting perfect eyes and perfect faces coming through on full body shots using a detailer, and link in the description for this particular workflow, and have at it and create some beautiful art with it. Excellent. All right, guys. So thanks again. If you like this video, just give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't already subscribed, do so please. And if you'd like to support this channel, you can visit my Patreon page, and there's your reward on that is exclusive content of the girls, which you wouldn't otherwise see. Good. And now I'm also on DeviantArt as well, and Civet AI. Brilliant. Thanks again, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Ta-ta for now.